Hey guys, do you see my still steaming dish of crab right here? It is fried up in such a unique way. I've never had crab like this. And so I'm just welcoming you with the first combination I've never had into a restaurant of a ton of dishes that I've never had before. Never heard of something like this before. I'm in Southeast Asia, I'm in Vietnam, and I'm eating tamarind fried green crab with bread. I mean, this is incredible. Some more dishes are on the way. Thank you. So the thing is, it's very cold here, and I'm just trying to find kind of a selfish way to warm up, just jumping straight into the first dish. But I can also show you just a taste of the uniqueness that's coming at us. Tamarind fried green crab, and many more dishes are coming up. Okay, so we got a table, but I just want to show you the fresh seafood over here. This is a part of it. It's not an aquarium, but it is just a live seafood selection. Check out the live lobsters, you've got the mantis, you've got prawns, you've got crabs, tons of shells. I might be in the mood for a fish. They have so much seafood here. This place is amazing. Again, Eric, thank you, man. Okay, let's get back to the table. Okay guys, so Hai San is seafood and Nam Dan is the name of this restaurant. So it is a seafood restaurant and we are here for lunch. Our friend recommended this as a place to go with your friends or family. It is a neighborhood spot, only with locals though, because how difficult the place is to find. Okay, so we're back at the table and I have ordered something very cool about this. You eat with bread and or with rice. So you can dip bread into all the spicy soups. We're also going for hot pot. So I got a marine fish, a sea fish, and then I got octopus, stingray. They didn't have any vegetables to fry. So we are just going all meat, spices, but then we got the bread. I got some fried rice also. Okay, check this out. You start with just some steamed peanuts. And the type of restaurant that we're in, you just do this. You just sit here, chat with your friends, send some messages, invite some more friends, but be sure to tell them how to get here. Like our friend said, you're not getting abducted, I'm not purposely losing you back in this neighborhood here. Just keep going and it will be worth it. It's very cool. Peanuts, rice, and hot soup. It's on the way. I guess it was so fast. So the thing is, it's very cold here, and I'm just trying to find kind of a selfish way to warm up. Just jumping straight into the first dish. Tamarind fried green crab. Never had a dish like this. Oh, we got the roe inside. Whew. I'm so excited. I don't even know where to go next. Sweet, but wonderfully sour. It's sour tamarind. And then the crab. How'd it get in there? Wow. Grab eggs first. You see that orange bit is some crab roe. It's like candy. The tamarind fry is so sweet. I did not expect that. And tamarind seeds. So cool. I love when fruit is fried into some kind of fried dish, traditional dish. So this is seafood right here. I gotta get some chopsticks. We're gonna get started. Got some octopus fried sweet and sour. Sweet and sour here means with pineapples, and it's not the first dish that we've had with pineapples, which is so cool. In Hue, that also included pineapple as like a traditional ingredient. So cool. There is a kind of like an alcohol stove here. It's great, doesn't need to be connected to anything. So they make up the ingredients in your hot pot and then light it on fire. Over your shoulder, the stingray. Oh man, thank you. That is beautiful. Everything about that is just glorious. I think it's just grilled and they just baste it with oil to keep it going. Wow, the whole ray. On top, deep fried shallots, garlic, and then a wonderfully stinky looking dip to go next to it. Looks like it has some shrimp paste. We got, the veg I think just comes on the side of this. We have our hot pot veg on this side. So the table space, check out the size of the chair too. The table space is super close quarters. So my knees are right here, a few centimeters above the tabletop. We've got just warmth all over the place. Very cool setting, very unique. Okay, so for me in this situation, I think of like fried rice as a dish that goes with seafood. Just very light. So interesting that this combo came together. So I'm gonna try that right now. So I've got my rice here, and then each person can kind of get this in their hand, and then you can either put the vegetable first or put the meat first. So I'm gonna do some cucumber, lettuce, and then the Vietnam balm, which is my favorite herb here. So during this trip already, it's just blown me away how much I enjoy the combination of pure meat with then pure herbs. We've been having it with like fatty pork, beef, but today this stingray is gonna be the centerpiece for these hand wraps. So you got it in your hand, and I'm taking some of that dip that comes with it. Oh man, yeah, that is shrimp based and super stinky. Fermented for sure, salty, can just smell it, and I think that's enough, just like that. So remember, you don't need to dip this one. It's ultra thin. You can just eat it directly like that. The dip is super salty. The stingray is so smoky. Can you see just that huge, yeah, that's the whip. That's the tail of the ray. Oh, it's so soft. The skin is crispy from being like right on the charcoal. Wow. But everything else is so gentle. That is amazing. Did you ever think of like rice paper rolls? Herbaceous, just like a summer roll, but then putting grilled seafood into it instead of like fatty pork sausage or like something sweet and sour. It's just so different, but it works so well. Again, in Vietnam, it's all about that meat and herb direct combination. Wow. And there are no bones. I just kept waiting to chew down on some bones, but none presented themselves. I can see one, but eating it, I couldn't taste any. So maybe because it's grilled, they're just softened and you can just chew right through them. That's it. Wow. Oh, wow. A baguette with like sweet and sour fried. That's crazy. So besides being just the eye-catching centerpiece, bubbling and delicious, so colorful, smells amazing too, and it's a heat source. Also, this thing is also very hygienic because it's just cooking fresh like this. So they started it off, the fish is not raw when it comes to you. And the broth is also like enriched with tomatoes. It's been stewing, they use like a big stock. It's been stewing for hours, so it's infused with flavor already. But you get to cook much of the rest of it yourself, but that's why I'm saying about the hygiene. They're so sticky. This is the bun, and you can cut it like that with the scissors and even get it with your chopsticks. And then, here we go. That vegetable is going in. Some spinach, And thank you, Mo. And some morning glory also. So the greens are gonna cook so fast because it's already so hot in there. So there you go. Can you see behind me, by the way? Because it's so like at home, so it's just the style of the restaurant. The way that they clean the floor between people, they just move all the chairs way back and then just sweep the whole area instead of like trying to. So I got knocked in the back when she just moved all the chairs. That's awesome. Yeah, that's very, very just easy going. You can just drop things on the floor. Yeah, cool. So I'm sure this is already done. So this is an ocean fish called a cobia. Yes, please. Some tomatoes, please. And then that's taro stem right there. And okra. That's great. Oh, man. This is basically the reason we came to this restaurant, to get warmed up. The hot pot was foremost on our minds, definitely on Lee's mind. The broth is nice and sour, a little bit salty. Okay, I gotta actually make some space so we can move things around, but those noodles, just so gentle, just waiting to be enriched by all that tomatoey flavor, all that seafood flavor in there. I think it is bamboo. Okay. Oh yeah, those noodles. Lee, I think you could eat an entire one all by yourself. I don't know if I've ever had this fish before, but the cross-section reminds me of swordfish, so I think maybe that's just more the ocean fish type layout inside. It is just like swordfish. It's just miniature. Oh man, it's so firm. You have that fatty skin on the outside, the protection for the fish in the cold water. I thought maybe the stew was like this, just an economic hot pot, you know, economical. I thought it would be kind of covering up some of the flavor of the fish. No, the fish is so clean, so tasty. We're getting warmer and warmer. It's just beautiful. Another super unique combo. Just gotta try the baguette right here, the banh mi, with this sweet and sour seafood stir fry. So we have squid in here, octopus, excuse me, and let's make a banh mi of seafood. Focus on the octopus and that very unique addition of pineapple. I love it. And get some, I'm not sure it's morning glory actually, it might be spinach. Let's try that, see if we can close that up. What a cool combination. So we've had a lot of good banh mi here in Vietnam. This is the first with seafood. The onion and pineapple combo, I love it. It just throws me for a loop, having bread, crispy bread, a sandwich with seafood. Let's continue the throwing our taste buds for a loop with some rice to chase. Because of the specific French influence into this part of the world, it's just so cool. You can only have that in Vietnam for sure. Hot pot, eaten with bread. Wow. What a unique meal, right? Wow. So what did you think of the lead up to this meal? My hands were literally frozen to the steering. We drove about 40K, but what about those views?
Views are beautiful. So even if we had gotten lost.
Mom and I said if we've driven up the Pacific Coast Highway, California #1, and that reminded us a lot of that. The breakers coming in against the rocks below and the road above, right on the coast. So cool. A little bit of an elevation above the water.
And way out there, we didn't see much. It was so windy, but when we started coming back, you saw all the fishermen like hundreds, if not 1,000 boats in the shallow water that extends way out there. There must be so much seafood that goes in and out of Da Nang. You guys need some crab? I want that stingray back. The stingray is just naturally beautiful. It's the whole thing grilled, and that crab just looks so beautiful too. But none of the dishes are like just made to be beautiful. They're all very normal, just authentic. I really appreciate that, just the authenticity of this restaurant. So Eric, again, thank you for the recommendation, man. Wow. And another thing we appreciate, just seafood. I think all over the world, seafood is the one thing that can just vary so much in terms of price, because there's the demand that has to be satisfied, and the price can fluctuate a lot because of that. But also just seafood restaurants that are right on the beach, they can charge much more just because it's in a beautiful area that people get on an airplane to come and visit. And Da Nang is one of those places. So you can have pretty much any seafood you could imagine right here in Da Nang, but you might also have to pay for prices that you don't want to imagine to have that seafood. So this is great. That hot pot is 120,000 dong. And it is delicious. It is amazing. So swapping from my bowl of vermicelli with hot pot to a baguette and a bowl of seafood fried rice. Do you remember the word for this? What's the word for the raccoon? What's the name of the raccoon in the movie that you like? He's a friend of Thor.
Oh, Rocky.
Rocket.
Oh, Rocky.
Yeah. That is unbeatable. Man, I can't believe it, actually. The stinky shrimp, the fresh grilled stingray, and then some herbs. That is unbeatable. Man, I can't believe it, actually. Okay. I'm getting full. It's been an amazing, just back-to-back combinations of new flavors, new textures for some of those things, but I want to share the happiness of someone else with you right now. So when we came to Vietnam, I told Lee about all the seafood we were going to be having, and she said, we better have mantis shrimp and crab before we go home.
Thank you, Mom. Yeah.
There you go. I heard that. The best situation is when Lee is happy. And there's still enough hot food left on the table that I don't feel bad. Because sometimes if it's only hot fried dishes, they cool down so fast. Lee never has anything hot to eat. So she just has like fresh rice, which is hot, but then the dishes are usually cold. So I'm the happiest when we go for hot pot because I don't love hot pot, but she loves hot pot, and hot pot stays warm forever. The thing of it is, it just gets hotter and hotter. So she's just happier and happier. This really is a great family restaurant. It has something for everyone, and it's so affordable too. To have real seafood like this, that fish to me is incredible. I think that's the best flavor on the table, that fish.
Yeah, I mean, like
Really quality.
The food we just ate was all alive like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Like the freshness
Wow.
and the quality.
Yeah.
So good. You can just taste it in every bite.
So the bones are horizontal, and the structure is like a wall inside, and it goes this way. So you see here on the other side, it's exposed. You can scrape along the bones like that. So I'm going to do it on this side right here. You can break with your spoon like here, and then kind of scrape and free it away from that bone structure, and then maybe cut it here. And there you have 1, 2, 3, like perfectly sized. They're even like lengthwise. Nice shot, Mom. Back to the hands, and back for some of that dip. That dip is incredible. But it is so strong, the flavor. Don't go too heavy. Yeah. That is just... Okay, I don't know which is my favorite, the fish or the stingray, just because that's so unique, having a fresh wrap of stingray, of grilled seafood. If it's that hard to bite, you probably got 2 rice wraps, and I did. They're really thin, but if you double it up, it is hard to rip through. The first week, it took a lot to get our bearings. Second week, pretty good. But now in this third week, it's like, for me, the past 4 meals in a row have been like A, grade A plus, A. Really, really awesome. So that might not surprise anyone. Shouldn't surprise me, but the first week we really were struggling in more ways than just selecting what food to order. Yeah, life besides just the menu, life besides just what to order on the restaurant menu, it can be tough when you're in it for a long trip and you're not just doing easy stuff like a big, nice, clean hotel to a big, famous restaurant. If you're actually trying to find local food that local people would enjoy going, even a restaurant that local people might say like, oh, how'd you find that? I actually didn't know where that was. Those kind of things, they take time. And I do prepare myself through Google Maps, as I always say, but some things Google Maps cannot find you the magic of a restaurant like this. So Eric, thank you again. Man, this place is a winner for sure. Appreciate it very much. Mom, Dad, you left us. We still needed you. We ordered a lot of food. Actually, I was talking about the value for the money. I think it even just went another level when I and Lee started to realize how much food we had here. Whew, and there are still some rice wrappers left over. I finished the stingray. We almost finished our fried rice. Mom and Dad finished theirs, but we did finish the hot pot, for sure, the crab, and all the octopus. Delicious. I loved the fish and the fish broth. Sometimes I think it's gonna be like way too salty and then maybe like too hot, just too much like artificial additions into a hot pot. You know, it does taste magnificent, but then if you actually think about finishing an entire hot pot, to me sometimes that's way too intense. No, this was not too salty, not sweet, just amazing, just a very clear, clean tomatoey broth, and that fish, just magnificent for me. And then the second thing was dipping a baguette into sweet and sour fried Southeast Asian delights. That combo is just so cool. The stingray, beautiful, delicious. This restaurant, the whole environment, top marks. Eric, you're the man. Thank you for directing us to this spot. I was searching for some seafood feasts that we could investigate, but Eric, really great, really great. Satisfied to the max. I'm so full. I need to go home, have a nap. Let's go home, Lee. What a day.